the Hangout on Air is live. So this is the November 2017 GNU Radio project call. And we have a couple of people online, but actually we actually have an audience. There's people in the room with me. We had to delay the call by an hour on short notice, which we apologize. And that was mostly me getting stuck in Bay Area traffic and stuff like that. But we have a couple of cool things going on, so we really didn't want to miss the call this month. I'm just going to quickly go over the agenda. So we're going to talk about the upcoming releases and the DARPA Bay Area Hackfest, which is currently going on. And in fact, that's where we are right now. So we're actually live from the DARPA Hackfest. And we're going to talk about FOSDEM and GSOC, actually in the opposite order. And Ben's right next to me is going to take the first two agenda items, and I'll take the rest. Yeah, I'm just going to hand it over to Ben.
Cool. You're actually going to physically hand me the laptop? No.
Actually, I don't think I need to.
Okay, great. So yeah, first we'll talk about releases. So unfortunately, Jonathan can't be on the call right now, but we are planning a merge freeze on November 23rd. And this is for the 3.7.12 mate release, which we are targeting for November 30th. And so by merge freeze, just to be clear, I mean, we will no longer merge in new features. Bug fixes will still make it in. So once that's done and we make the release for 3.7.12, the immediate next step is to merge the Python 3 branch into Next, which is the next crucial part of getting to the 3.8 release, which is now especially important given that NumPy has announced they're EOLing Python 2 support. But thankfully, we're pretty far along the way in our own Python 3 support, and we should be there before too long. So yeah, if you have any bug fixes, please get them in soon. If you have any features that you'd really like to see in 3.7.12, you have to get them in before November 23rd. So the next thing I was going to talk about was the DARPA Hackfest, which is where we're sitting right now. So we've been talking about this in the project calls for pretty close to the last year. And it was a big part of GRCon, and Tom, and for those of you that were at GRCon, I remember Tom Rondeau running a workshop on Thursday, I think it was, for the Hackfest. So one of the things that's really interesting here is there's hacking challenges, and they're all focused around, they call them UASs, or drones. And what they've done is Oak Ridge National Labs has written a GNU Radio out of tree module called GRUAS, which actually implements, it's very rudimentary, but it works, command and control of 3DR drones. And so the teams here are taking on various Hackfest challenges over the course of the week, which include everything from instrumenting drones with new sensors to creating ad hoc mesh networks with drones in the air. They're doing all of it with GNU Radio. So it's really, really cool. They actually have we're here at the NASA Ames installation, and they actually have a drone range where drones are being flown around using GNU Radio, while the Oak Ridge National Labs team is messing with them, injecting interference and that sort of thing, also with GNU Radio. So it's been really, really interesting. And actually, Eric Blossom just arrived today to see what's going on. For those of you who don't know the name, Eric Blossom was actually the founder of GNU Radio in 2001. He's now at a satellite company in San Francisco. So he came down to check out everything that was happening. So there's a lot of really cool stuff happening in the teams that are working here. Everyone from like hacker spaces, like Hacker Dojo, which is a big hacker space here in the Bay Area, has fielded a team for the hacking challenge, all the way up to traditional Department of Defense primes like Raytheon are here. They've all fielded teams of engineers to work on challenges. And a lot of what they're doing will actually turn out to be open source. And there's one of the teams actually has kind of decided that they weren't able to field a lot of people for the challenges themselves. So one of the problems is how do you get sensor data off of drones that might be flying really far away from you? So they decided instead to build an open source stack that allows you to instrument hardware with new sensors and then give you a way to get the sensor data back off whatever hardware you're on. So that can be useful for everything from drones to robotics, for example. This is really, really neat. Lots of great GNU Radio work happening here. And if you're interested, they're actually posting daily updates every day on what's happening, and there's talks and the speaker series and that sort of thing. So you go to darpahackfest.com, you can see that. And I'm here for the rest of the week. The week's almost over, and it's really neat people coming in and out. So I think that's pretty much it. Then I'll hand it back to Martin.
Yeah, thanks, Ben. So GSOC is coming up real quick, and actually, I think I might want to pull up this page and then screen share it. Let's see. No, that's not what I was looking for. I'm nearly there, everyone. So Google Summer of Code was already announced, and everything is happening a lot sooner than it did in the past. And we are definitely intending to apply again, as we do every year. The GSOC is very competitive. So there's already been one year where we weren't accepted. So we'll do our very best to make sure we get in, and this is a certain amount of work for us. So I'm actually going to switch over here to my screen share. This is the GSOC ideas page, which holds a list of project ideas for Summer of Code 2018. And this page is already looking really good. But it has to be really, really spot on, because this is the most important thing of our application. And quite honestly, if we didn't have a good list of ideas, then I would argue then why bother anyway. So I'm really glad that a lot of people have put work into this. And as a matter of fact, we'll be sort of also needing people to submit final suggestions for ideas, as I think actually Marcus posted sometime tomorrow. There we go. So yeah, so this is the ideas page. I don't know if people can actually read it, if the resolution is coming through, but I'm just going to sort of read out a couple of interesting ones. So control port backend implementation, Qt5 GUI integration. So GUIs are something that is, if someone says they want to do GUIs, everyone's ears go up, because that's always the most, that's the most popular in terms of what people want, but it's always the least popular in terms of what people want to actually work on. People always want to work on DSP algorithms. But trust me, if you're working on GUIs, you'll be a hero, and people will buy you lots of beers if you show up at GRCon and stuff like that. Yeah, various other, I don't want to read them all out, but we have 14 ideas, really good. And maybe one of the reasons this list is looking so good is because we have a new org admin. So the last 5 years, I was doing the org admin work for GNU Radio, and I was asking around among our mentors if someone would do this on my behalf, or just become the new org admin for 2018. And Felix has volunteered to do so, and I'm very, very happy about that. And yeah, so he'll be also the person sort of driving this and making sure that we get that spot. So if you have ideas, please post them as soon as possible. However, if you want to participate as a student, as I said, we don't know yet if you've been accepted. There's some process involved, and it's very competitive. But if you do feel like this is something you want to do, then now is a good time to start looking at the ideas, getting in touch with the community, subscribing to the mailing list, going onto IRC or Slack, start talking to people, and maybe even starting to code. In other news, GSOC related, we had 2 Summer of Code events. There was the Google Summer of Code, but there's also Summer of Code in Space, which just concluded. Now, I haven't really been talking about that a lot because it was just working like clockwork. Håkon was working on the C++ code generation, but he also did a lot of other work on the side that was sort of tangentially related. And so we got a lot of pull requests out of him. I'm very, very happy about all of that work that he did on top of the work that the other 2 GSOC students did. Okay, that's all from GSOC. The final thing I want to talk about, very important, is FOSDEM. So FOSDEM, I feel like I'm repeating the same thing to the same people every month. I'm just going to very quickly reiterate. It's a 2-day open source conference. It's one of the biggest of its kind. It's free. It's in Brussels, and it's on February, I think, 2nd and 3rd, or 3rd and 4th. Actually, Phil, can you look up the exact dates while I'm chatting? All you have to do is come and show up, but we have an SDR event which still has available slots, for speakers. So if you want to talk about anything that is remotely related to SDR, radios, hardware even, yeah, Phil, if you paste me the link, that doesn't help me. Thanks. 3rd and 4th of February. Thanks, Phil and Ben. Okay, if you are if you know anything about software-defined radio, anything that is radio-related, telecoms, radio hardware, ham radio tools, anything that is remotely related to radio, as long as it's to do with free software, please come to Brussels and tell us about it. Give us a presentation. That would be really good. We've had great lineups the last couple of years, and I fully expect to have one this year, but we still have open slots. And last couple of years, we had a lot of submissions, so maybe people are sort of hesitant this year, and I want to encourage you, don't hesitate. Just submit, come and talk. We already have a great mix of speakers, but we have some downtime.
How do they submit?
To submit, you follow a link that I will post in the agenda for this call. But it's very simple. FOSDEM has its own conference submission website, and then you need to make an account. And for your original submission, all we need is a very short abstract and a title. As we sort of get along in the organization of the SDR track, we will need more information from you. But until we sort of told you that the talk's been accepted, you don't have to, write paragraphs and pages of whatever. So, yeah, I'll post the link in the wiki page to this call. Okay, let me take a quick look at the agenda, but I think that's all.
It is too.
Yeah, great. Happy hacking, everyone. We have one more call this year. Next call, I will pull up statistics again, like I do every end of the year, to see what's been going on, how many commits we've had. But I think we're looking forward to a very interesting 2018 with Python 3 support. Yay! And yeah, see you around. Goodbye. See you on ISC. Bye.